What? I want to know now.
Why don't we just roll the intro again?
Let's have a repeat of 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That'd be a hilarious bit if it's just like, fuck. Like, he has
Just
like
keep fucking it up.
15 minutes.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? We're back for another episode of Art Damaged Podcast.
Take 3.
How's it going today, guys?
Swell. How are you, sir?
How was everyone's weekend? Was it great?
Good.
Good weekend.
Yeah, I'm great.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
What'd you do this weekend?
I don't remember.
That must have been great then.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, I just hung out with the kid all weekend. That's what I did.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah.
A little family time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Precisely that.
Took the family to Animal Adventure.
How's that miserable animal prison going?
The kids love it.
Of course they do. Kids love animal
They
prisons.
love feeding.
Yeah.
You know what's a massive.
loves it.
I love animal prisons too. They're so
I love paying $3.25 for half a carrot, so my kid could just feed the giraffe all the carrots at once.
Man, is there a carrot shortage or something? Is that why it's so much?
It's the luxury of having the carrot go like this at you.
Oh, yes, the giant
it's-
giraffe you're talking about. That
Yeah,
takes
but
the
yeah.
carrot
but
from
it's
your
better.
hand.
It's
You're not
better.
paying for the carrot.
You're paying for
that experience.
You're paying
Yes.
for this.
It's better though than paying $3 and then just watching your kid eat the carrot.
It's true.
Oh, I would be all for that.
Or
I'd be like, holy
drop
shit.
them on the fucking fence. Hey, April! Oh, you're like, son of a...
Now the
April's
cappy.
gone.
Yeah, the April's gone.
April died.
You like Jeffrey, the giraffe from Toys R Us? Tell me he's still around.
He's gone too.
What happened to all the giraffes?
All your dreams are dead.
I made a friend. I made a friend with a capybara. They were really cool.
That's fun.
Bears are cute.
They're very
Are
cute.
we fucking sponsored by this place or what?
No. You,
I warn you, there is a fucking llama or alpaca there. He will try to attack you if he sees that you have food, and then he will just drag his fucking teeth as hard as he can on your palm when you run
Assholes.
out, and try to spit on you too. He's great. He's real.
Real peach.
Great. Yeah.
Reminds
All
me
right.
of our dog.
well, I hear we're talking about art today.
Yes, we are. Let's talk about our social media first, though. I'm Josh. Josh Ruff. JoshRuff.com. At JoshRuff.com on all the things. Yeah. We're here at Renaissance Studios at RS Tattoo and Y on Instagram.
Hi guys, Reggie Cuvelier here. You can find me at Reggie Inks on Facebook, Instagram. I don't do those other shits as much anymore, but I also have a Patreon where for $1 a month you can give me $1.
It's a deal.
Pretty cool.
It's a good service.
Zach Pedley,
You
owner of
service
the
people
North
for
Brewery.
$1?
That's my OnlyFans. Basically, give me $1 through Patreon so I don't put my butthole on the internet. You heard that
Please.
here.
I would
Give him
pay.
$2.
I would pay for you to
Hey,
do it.
guys, let's
Cue
focus.
Sarah
and get through
McLaughlin
this.
sound.
Zach
Through the
Pedley,
social.
Zach Pedley, owner of North Brewery. You can find us at North Brewery on Instagram or North Brewery on Facebook, and you can also find me privately. I like my beers Ratchet on Instagram and Chomp88 on TikTok. Kind of a big thing. Go check
Kind of
me
a
out.
Big deal.
Google him. I'm Christina Maslar. You can find me at Christina_Maslar on Instagram, Christina Maslar on Facebook. And this week at home because I'm not here for most of the week.
Nice.
Yeah, well,
Vacation
not
time.
here till Thursday.
Oh,
Thursday, Blur's Day.
nice.
BamBurnsThings.com.
Bam Maslar, everybody. All right, cool.
Bye.
Bye,
And there's
Elliot.
Elliot.
Bye,
the
Elliot.
Sixth member.
You'll never actually see him for some reason. Just hear his voice floating in the
We
background.
should have an interview episode with him and just have him through the door like a Tim fucking like a Tool Time bit. Like you never actually.
Yeah,
see
yeah, he's
Wilson.
like Wilson.
You know what I mean?
Wilson.
That's fun.
Wrong Wilson.
All right, well, a couple weeks ago, I went to see a pretty awesome art show out in Massachusetts, and today I was going to put together a little review of that show because it was
Cool.
awesome. You guys should definitely fucking go out there before it's over.
Like we should have done for our Philly trip instead of just dunking on Cy Twombly for that episode.
Well, you did talk about him afterwards, so you did kind of review what you saw a little bit.
I mean, we have so many
Dick
artists that we can go
clouds.
back. We have like 8 episodes out of that one trip. So
That Ray Charles piece.
there was a Ray Charles and glitter paint piece.
So where'd you go, sir?
I went to the Norman Rockwell Museum in Stockbridge, Massachusetts.
Because you seem like a giant Norman Rockwell fan.
I mean, honestly, looking at his work was pretty satisfying when I was there.
What were the magazines he worked for? He had a pretty long...
Saturday Evening Post.
Yeah.
Did all the illustrations for that. He's basically the grandfather of American illustration, I would say. Like the first guy to really do that many paintings for one publication.
Yeah.
And just make a prolific career out of that. His artwork was fucking awesome to look at. Like, put a few in here so we could check them out.
That's
that one
cool.
was there. This is a photo that I took of it. It was I think it's quadruple self-portrait.
Yeah.
Something like that is the title of it. Pretty good.
That's cool. He even did reproductions of his references.
Yeah, there's like a...
Christina,
Christina, yeah, you'll notice there's a Durer painting right
shit,
here.
Rembrandt
Bingo.
too.
Yeah. It was pretty cool little detail.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But that's a good size piece, you know. It's like 30 by 40 or something like that. Pretty good size.
How much is that worth, you think?
Probably millions.
Millions.
Yeah. An original Norman Rockwell,
Yeah.
especially this one, I would say it's up there for sure.
And look at this guy. Look at the way he's dressed. Right? And he's painting.
Yeah,
Okay?
as he does.
Penny loafers.
Feet
and
of
khakis
giants. The shoulders of giants here. Like, can you imagine painting dressed up like that? In a nice khaki with
Like
a belt?
Mr. Rogers.
You
I
fucking
don't
kidding
get
me?
that well dressed to go to dinner.
Right. But look at that.
I'm wearing my nice clothes today.
This was also, 50, 60 years ago, probably more.
Yeah, but 56 years ago, other artists didn't dress up to paint. That's just his normal attire.
I mean, maybe.
I think
That's sweet. Oh,
everybody
come on.
dressed like
Yeah, I
that.
feel like people dressed up a lot more back
You're
then.
going to get paint on that nice blue shirt.
50 or 60 years ago, they probably ridiculed him for how sloppy he was dressed.
Are you serious? Like,
yeah.
compared to, like, Warhol and those guys?
Yeah.
I mean, this is older
I
than
feel like I
60, probably 60
On the
years,
contrary,
so-
I feel like I can't help imagine fucking like Salvador Dali not being in like a suit at all times.
Yeah.
Like some Vincent Price looking like long coat.
Yeah.
You think Salvador Dali painted in a suit?
I don't know. He might have.
Dude.
But then
Oh my
again, you
God.
got like
Such an
Picasso. I
sure
just
he
imagine
did. Guy,
Picasso
man.
sitting around and like,
Dude, I wish I
fucking
had
wife beater and like a belt up to his belly button. You know what I mean?
I wish I had
Yelling
good-
at his paint and getting mad.
I know. I just wish I had like suit money like that. You could just waste. Oh, nice. I got
suit money.
Dude,
an oil painting. You do an oil painting, and all of a sudden you're coated.
Salvador Dali once had a dinner with famous people where it was supposed to go help like hungry people, all the proceeds, and he sold tickets, and it was so over the fucking top. He lost money on it.
Oops.
And just so you know, Zach, there's this place called the Salvation Army that has lots of suits for very cheap.
I have suits.
Somebody might have been buried in it, but
I
that
have-
formaldehyde smell wears out after a while.
I have suits. I'm just saying I would never.
Well, I'm
take
saying
a
if you're looking
dress
for a
shirt
paint
and
suit,
pants.
there you go.
A paint
looking
suit.
for a paint suit. Just a paint leisure jacket.
This one was there too, though. This was a really fucking awesome painting to look at, and the photo does not do it justice because, like, this probably has like the most realistic lighting I've seen in like all of his work and like in person in a painting because the colors are all just so on point. It looks
Thanksgiving dinner.
fucking good.
Now
Yeah,
I'm fucking hungry.
Is the light source like the window behind him and stuff? Because it looks like the mom holding the turkey has a nice rim light.
yeah. It looks
Like-
like all the figures have a little bit of rim light going on. But
You know what? We should cancel Norman Rockwell. There's no black
For
people
what?
in that painting.
dude, he has a whole exhibit at the museum that's about murder in the Mississippi. That's on right now. It's a very racial topic kind of show.
Cracking himself up.
What is wrong with you?
Zach's embracing cancel culture here for dead people.
We need to cancel the Rockwellian myth. The white suburban myth must die.
But yeah, I got to tell you, they're like the museum's pretty nice. Like his studio's there. It's on the campus there. There's like a whole fucking like sculpture garden. I think that's just part of like one of the things that's going on there right now. And like downstairs, they have like a huge room that just has all of the Saturday Evening Post stuff that he did. And there's a bunch of his original paintings scattered up throughout the museum. All are fucking really cool to look at. I was really impressed by it.
So is it set up where they have like a permanent collection that's a lot of his stuff and then like
Yeah,
rotating
yeah.
more stuff? Like
Yeah.
You saw the fantasy art exhibit and whatnot.
Yeah, that brings us to the show that I went there to see.
Oh.
Enchanted, A History of Fantasy Illustration.
It's a nice segue.
Yeah. This show opened on June 12th, and it's running until Halloween. it's basically, this is an excerpt from the website here. Enchanted, a history of fantasy illustration, explores fantasy archetypes from the Middle Ages to today. The exhibition will present the immutable concepts of mythology, fairy tales, fables, good versus evil, and heroes and villains through paintings, etchings, drawings, and digital art created by artists from long ago to illustrators working today. So
Nice.
they would have like modern artists, and then there would be like more older things like right next to that. It was really cool to see like art throughout history for the last few hundred years, like right next to each other. But exhibiting artists include James Gurney, Frank Frazetta, who we've talked about on here,
Yep.
Donato Giancola, Braum, Anthony and Dave Palumbo, William Adolph Bugereau, who's a guy that we should definitely talk about, and I got one of his pieces in here. I basically put together all the pieces that
You got
are
it
in
like
this
you
show.
You got it like you brought it home with you?
They just
No.
had it in the gift shop.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But I basically put together like a bunch of paintings from the show that I really liked, and we're just going to look at them today. So why don't we start with that?
Braum.
Yeah, this
Braum.
is Gerald Braum. The Nightmare is the title.
That's really pretty for being a nightmare.
I was about to say, I don't get a nightmare vibe from it. I'm like,
Well, it's
This
the
looks really-
Nightmare.
The
As in
horse.
the horse.
Dude,
see, I was looking at it. I'm like, that looks nice.
This is a fucking gigantic painting. It's 46 by 54. Like, it's really awesome to look at in
so
person.
it's almost like 6 feet tall.
Yeah, a lot of Braum's
Or 5
work
feet
is
tall.
Yeah,
a lot of
it's really
Braum's
big.
work is very large.
I
Do
love
you
it.
know any of his backstory? I'm familiar with his work, but I don't know anything about like.
Well,
his-
Zach, you'll know this guy. He did the cover art for Diablo 2.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's been one of my favorite artists for a long time.
His it's really cool. I like it a lot.
most of those
detail
guys
shop.
like he's got a lot of those clients, right? Like Wizards and
Yeah, just like a lot of book
Blizzard.
publications,
Yeah.
things like that. Lots of video game stuff.
Dude,
Jesus
now
Christ. Look at
zooming
those
in
fucking hands.
Yeah, he's got a few books out too. Darkworks is one of them. That's an older one. I think he's got one that came out last year as well. I forget the name of it.
Does this shit inspire you?
Yeah, I love this stuff.
Dude,
the
like this type of
expression-
shit?
It's fucking
the expression
amazing.
on their face is
Yeah.
fucking.
All of his art is like this. It's just dark art, like dark fantasy art.
Yeah, like a lot of your shit comes from this type of stuff.
Oh,
like when
yeah.
we were talking about the graphic designer 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Saul Bass.
Like you can see where I come from with
Uh-huh.
my work, but like a lot of this shit, I can
Well,
see
I
that.
mean-
I can see that in your work.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I wanted to go to this show, because most of my favorite artists are on the list for this show.
Right.
So,
Would you
like,
want to own something like this?
I mean, yeah.
How
that'd
much
be
would
cool.
something like this be?
I'm not sure exactly.
I remember they had a Braum.
I mean, he's still working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find him at Copro Gallery. Like,
He did.
Dude,
probably
I
next
posted
week.
this on an Instagram story, the photo I took of it, and he responded to it. He
he really?
sent me some black heart emojis, man. It was cool. Yeah.
Well, that's
He's
cool.
an
I'm
awesome
just
guy.
saying. I'm saying like since he's alive and well now, I would assume that you'd be able to get his work for relatively like.
It's a couple grand. You had
Yeah.
he did a Guillermo show in Copro, and he did a piece from Crimson Peaks Mother, and I think that was like $6,000.
I'd be interested because I think he also has done a lot of work with Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the artists that are at this show, like you'll probably see some pieces you recognize that I put in here.
Yeah, between D&D and Magic the Gathering, Wizard has always had a slew of guys that
Yeah.
have definitely handed out some paychecks for it.
Sure.
Does he work the like comic convention scene at all?
He
Like,
might.
showing with like illustrators in that circuit. And
Like
whatnot?
there's what's that IllexCon or whatever, the
Okay.
illustrators convention that they have. I'm pretty sure he goes to that.
cool.
I could be wrong though. But let's see what we got next.
Oh fuck.
This is the cover of the companion book for this show, Enchanted: A History of Fantasy Illustration.
You bought the book?
Yeah, you can buy this on Amazon. This show was supposed to happen in 2020,
Right.
but it never did because COVID. So this book actually came out. I got this a while ago. But this is Donato Giancola.
Oh yeah.
How long have these guys been around for? They're
while.
doing this type of stuff, like in the 80s, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Because my
think- I
dad
don't
has a
think
lot of.
Donato was that much older.
He's more recent. He's an instructor at NYU now, I think, but
Yeah.
he's a prolific fantasy painter. I
Mike-
describe this guy as a modern day old master, just
wow.
because like his work is so fucking good.
You can get his how-to DVDs. We have a Joan of Arc one.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, they're super in depth. It's like 9
comes
hours
with
or something like
a
that.
list
Yeah,
of
and
paints
it's
to buy
so
and everything,
awesome to
yeah.
watch him paint too. Like it's fucking great. It's so inspiring. Like I've got a couple of his instructional DVDs, and it's wonderful.
A lot of this art, I was flipping through that book earlier this week, remind me a lot of the books my dad used to read when he had them in the 70s and 80s, which are like the Elric saga, which is exactly like this
Well, yeah,
dark
that's like
fantasy.
the shit that Frank Frazetta illustrated, like Conan, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the artists that are in this show, like that's primarily what they illustrate for is stuff
Yeah.
like that, book covers.
When on a side note, this reminds me of it. The Green Knight. Are you thinking about going? I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. I've heard good things.
yeah,
Very
looks good.
things.
So,
yeah.
Are we having another group outing?
I mean, I'm bringing it up. That's why I'm bringing it up. We
Yeah,
can talk
we
about
should.
it after. So,
Why can't we talk about it now?
because we're
We're fucking
Reroll the intro.
podcasting, man.
Re-roll the intro.
all right.
But the title of this one is Saint George and the Dragon.
It's sweet.
He actually painted this in 2010, so it's a little old.
This probably is massive too.
For you know, being just
active
now being the
still.
cover of the show.
Yeah.
You know. This is Frank Frazetta. They had this in person there. I didn't get a good photo of it though, so I just pulled one offline.
Wow.
This is The Brain is the title of it.
Good.
This is a well-known piece. I think I've seen this on several things.
There was 2 Frank Frazetta oil paintings there, and they had some of his comic book work there too, which was pretty
Nice.
cool.
Is this the first time you've seen it in person? His work?
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't been to the museum yet, so
Right. Another road trip we need to take.
yeah. You can totally see Frazetta's style in person though. Like this painting actually looks a lot darker than this photograph makes it look. Like there's a lot more black in it, but it's really just, the layers of paint pushing things back more so. The way you photograph paintings can sometimes fuck it up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it looks a lot better in person. There's a lot more darkness.
Was he at the school where you never really use too black, but you just keep layering colors until you get a black? Do you know that about his technique?
Potentially. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's so fucking funny, dude.
I just watched him shove his microphone in his ear.
I was seeing to hear if this was giving a reverb.
How doinked are you right now?
I'm not doinked yet, but I will be.
He just stares at me and just goes slow motion. Just shoves it in his ear.
can hear the ocean.
But yeah, this one's not that big. It's maybe 16 by 20,
Again,
So
fantasy book? Well,
it was a book cover. Yeah, they had. I think they had the actual book there too. I forget what book it was the cover for though.
What's this piece called?
The Brain.
Crack brain.
But yeah, it was really cool to see Frazetta in person. His paintings. This is a James Gurney.
Nice.
This was I came back to this one a couple times when I was there.
Dinosaurs,
'Cause it-
bro.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Dinotopia.
One thing I didn't realize is James Gurney actually wrote all the Dinotopia books as well and illustrated
Oh,
over
yeah,
150 paintings for
I
them.
didn't know he wrote them too.
He's got a handful of...
When does he sleep?
I mean, I think this guy is
Dude,
one of
he's fast as fuck. You watch him going to town on his YouTube channel. He's
yeah.
fast.
Well, we talked about it before, with him doing background paintings for Fire and Ice, him
Yeah.
and fucking Thomas Kincaid, and
Fucking Kincaid.
like that they had to do 1,000 paintings just for this one movie.
I love how Kincaid went his route and this guy went this route.
Well, you can kind of see how they, in this painting in particular, there's a lot of those fantastical floral elements that you would
Right.
see
But
in
it's
Kincaid's
background, and
paintings.
it looks like the lighting's
Yeah.
correct, and he's not just phoning it in because his name's Thomas Kincaid.
Yeah,
And, there's
We're gonna
foreground
put a
to it.
warm orange hue around every light
Yeah.
source.
And there's a foreground to it.
yeah.
It's
This
not
one's titled
just
"Garden of Hope." It's so cool to look at in person though, because all the flowers, a lot of them are just small little brushstroke shapes, but your brain kind of translates it to what it is.
How big is this one?
It's pretty good size. I don't know exactly, but it's more 24 by 36. It's a good size.
I really like this piece.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oil?
Yeah, pretty sure.
It's nice.
It's purdy.
Can you kick on that fan? please. Are you cold?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a couple gurney pieces there, but this one was the biggest one. Yeah, I don't think that's plugged in. You're shit out of luck, Zach.
That's fine.
You're already
We'll
sweating.
power through it.
You've probably seen this one before.
Oh, this is amazing.
Jeff Easley, The Big Red Dragon, 1991. This is a good size, too.
I saw that. They use that so much
Yeah.
in like comics to advertise for D&D and stuff.
Is it helping?
Well, it's the rule book. Yeah.
Well, like, you know,
Nothing.
Reroll the intro.
Let's start over.
No, it's awesome.
It looks so cool in person because the dragon is like so... It sticks out so much from everything around it just because of the, red hue of everything.
It like aggravates me. Like these paintings aggravate me because they're really, really cool, and you're like, I want more.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what the backstory is. Like, who is this guy swinging this axe? Tell me about this demon or this dragon, right?
Guy with the axe.
well, that's why it's
That's
a
Billy.
great like editorial illustration because it's like, oh, the adventure starts here.
Yeah.
You grab your 20-sided die and
I
your
think-
rule book.
No, the guy with the axe. That's Billy.
Oh yeah, Billy. But like
think-
looking at this, it's like this is really sweet.
Yeah.
I get more to the story.
Well, I think like why fantasy art is so powerful to me anyway is like because it's not like realism. Like there's elements of realism in it, but there's imagination, which is a huge
Yeah.
thing that's missing from.
It's like the piece that you did
portraiture and
with the
things like
snake
that.
with the naked lady.
yeah, it's like there's a story there.
I want to know more.
Yeah,
And like I pick your brain, and you're like, this is the piece. Like, well, why is a lady naked in there?
that's up to you. Use your imagination.
But I don't want to. I want you to tell me.
Because he likes big butts.
She's sacrificing. She's being sacrificed.
Maybe she's being sacrificed.
But she has a sword. She found the sword in there from somebody.
Maybe she could have.
Or is it because you
Among
like?
the other sacrificial.
Or is it
why
because you like
is-
big
Warriors.
butts?
And
Big
yeah,
lady
you like
butts?
big lady butts. You like big butts.
No comment.
You can't lie.
No comment.
It might just be as simple as that, Zach.
But yeah, this painting was fucking awesome in person.
I noticed some like neutralized greens behind it, which is super fucking clever.
Yeah,
I'm always.
I
very-
never really saw that in like the trimmed down crop version for
Uh-huh.
print, but
I'm always very appreciative when people do large amounts of red the correct way, and it doesn't end up just like that baby pink.
Oh,
yeah.
there's a little cadmium hue in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice though in person. This was one of the most impressive ones that I've seen. Like this painting is fucking gigantic.
How big?
48 by 60.
Holy shit.
But this is Julie Bell. The title is Pegasus Befriends the Muses.
Oh.
Julie Bell is Boris Vallejo's wife. And also, I didn't realize this. She is also the mother of Anthony and David Palumbo, who also have paintings in this exhibit.
Oh, so they all have talent.
Yeah.
The whole family.
Yeah, even like before Boris and Julie were married, Boris's son from his first marriage, Dorian, is also a fucking excellent painter.
Is art? Can somebody be trained to do this that has no skill in art, or is this like, or do you believe that
You're
there are
asking if
people-
art is like an inborn thing?
Yes.
Or if it's
Yes,
like
that's
a
what I'm
learned
asking.
skill.
That's what I'm asking.
I
Have
think
you watched Tim's Vermeer?
yeah.
No.
It's about a dude who's
We did an
just-
episode on that, by the way.
He,
Vermeer
he's
Part
an
2.
inventor basically,
Yes.
and he
Again.
figures out how to paint like Vermeer.
Yes, where he did that whole like thing of like basically tracing, but with light and mirrors.
I think it's all how hard you work at something and
What
how
the-
much you observe something.
You can have a natural talent.
That's what I'm
but
asking.
It's more of like you have a natural talent for like understanding color theory and hand-eye coordination. It
With-
doesn't necessarily equate to like.
But that's what there's so this woman who painted this piece.
I'm pretty sure she was a bodybuilder before she was an
Okay.
artist.
Okay.
So
oh
But
yeah,
do you think
she
that
was
she
on
was-
the fantasy ladies and the
yeah.
Boris stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm saying, do you think that at the age of 15, 16, 17, her art, I mean, obviously it wouldn't be as good as this, but it was better than other people's art.
I mean, that's a very subjective thing, though. Like, what's better art? You know, even bad
This
art.
whole show is about that.
Yeah, I know.
So,
and calling out bad shit.
but that's the thing. It's subjective. Like looking at this, I'm like, holy shit, this is unbelievable.
But yeah, I don't think it's like innate thing. Like, you can learn it. Anybody can learn to be an artist. Like,
It's just-
anybody. It's
how
just
much
how much
time-
you work at it, and
Right.
how much you think about it, and how much
Right.
time you invest in it.
How much time are you going to dedicate to working towards being able to produce this?
Well, I disagree.
Can I,
I completely
say from,
disagree.
From my time,
Without arguing.
running around like the convention circuit for comics and fantasy and sci-fi stuff, and talking to illustrators that worked in that market, I found it just mind-blowing how many of these guys just kind of left their mundane day jobs to start doing this, like, way later in life. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, oh, I was a part of the electricians union, and I got sick of doing that, and then I just started drawing comics. It's
Yeah.
like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
How old are you?
So,
42.
But I'm not talking about comics. I'm not talking about that type of level of art. I'm talking about level of art that you're producing at this caliber. Like, do you think that person, like, do you think that if we were to go to UE School District and find a kid that's 13 years old and they're decent painters versus a kid that can't draw worth shit or anything, can't paint worth shit? Obviously, the person that is a decent painter, if they worked hard over a period of time, they'd be able to execute something of this caliber. The 13-year-old, like, that can't draw or anything, I don't know if that's possible. Like, they don't have an eye
think
for
it
it.
is.
You do.
Yeah.
It is possible, but which one is going to be more dedicated?
Yeah.
Which one is going to show that interest and
I mean,
show that strive to?
I look at art the way that people can sing. Like, there are people that just can't fucking sing. I can't fucking sing. I can't do it. I sound terrible.
You probably could if you worked at it.
All bullshit.
I think you could.
Do you know the solfege? Do, re, mi, fa, sol,
No, I guess we both disagree. The three of us.
I mean, that's
the
fine.
three of you versus me.
It's a
Christina,
good
you're on their
question.
side with that?
Yeah, I mean, there's people take singing lessons and shit. And you can learn. You can train yourself for it.
That's a good question, though, Zach. I appreciate you asking that.
I just can't believe it's 4 versus 1 now.
I just
Well,
feel like
so,
it
I
might
mean-
be easier for one person to grasp things than the other. And it
Yeah.
comes naturally.
Right,
to them,
it's
but
gonna
they're
come
still
more natural.
capable.
They're
I
gonna-
think hustle beats talent any fucking day, though.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, if you got all the talent in the world, but you're not, like, working at it to improve yourself, then the other guy that's hustling harder to learn those things is going to
Hard work and dedication will take you to the place
Right.
of natural talent.
I'm not taking anything away from
yeah.
that. I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm just saying there are people that are born that can really fucking sing, and there are people that cannot.
So
And no matter how much training and vocal training I could get, I can't sing as well as Michael Bublé. I can't. There's no way it's going to happen.
But can
Well-
you eat corn better than him?
I can do a lot of things better than him.
famous artist Michael Husser
Yeah.
teaches in California.
Yeah.
And he said one of the first things he does on day one of class, he asks his students, how many books do you have on your bookshelf that are art books?
Right.
And he knows immediately which ones are going to succeed in his class and which ones are not.
Right.
And he hasn't even seen their artwork before.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Right.
He knows that the person who is going to have 800 books on their bookshelf is going to be way more into it than the person with natural talent who has 2.
Hustle versus talent.
I guess we could also argue, I mean, I can see your side, but I guess we could also argue that if someone's just not into it, if someone's really into it and was like, this is my ultimate goal, I'm going to work as hard as I can, paint as hard as I paint every day. In theory, in the end, it will pay off.
Right.
In theory,
They're going to improve.
They're going to improve and create their own style, and it will pay off.
Athletes. Are some people genetically more inclined to get big versus the type of person that learns about working out and proper nutrition?
Right.
You know what I mean? You take that guy that's naturally kind of big but barely works out, and then you give somebody who fucking barely dedicates themselves. They're like, I got a strict push-pull regimen.
Right.
I'm watching my protein intake, etc.
someone- well,
that kid's gonna get fucking big over a
that's-
certain amount of time.
Right. That's something that I'm doing right now myself when you
Zach's
relate
getting
it
swole.
when you relate it to
trying to.
that, sure, but then there's also that point. You're right. I guess you're right. If
Maybe
there are
there is
people,
a genetic predisposition that you're going to always have small calves regardless of how often you exercise that blank. You know,
which could also lead to you being discouraged and just being, I'm not interested in that, which could lead to somebody that's 6 years old and being like, I can't figure out how to draw this face right. That's 6, and I just need to draw this face right, while my friends at school can draw a face better than me. So I'm just not even going to do it, and then I get turned off from that. And then down the road, that's why I don't go back to that type of thing.
Did Frank Frazetta get to be Frank Frazetta by drawing comics like for so many years before he started illustrating, or was he just born Frank Frazetta?
Ooh.
There's certain people that say he had a fucking photographic memory. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've
And
heard
some
that
of those
too.
docs that are just
So-
like, hey, I've never drawn a rabbit before. Hold on a second. And then just draws
Just
like a
whip it out.
picture perfect
Yeah, but
rabbit.
like I'm sure his so many years or
Yeah,
decades
yeah.
of comic book illustration definitely helped his fantasy paintings. You know,
And that's what I was saying before about, there are people who will have a more natural understanding of color theory.
Right.
And have better hand-eye coordination for that versus, throwing a football.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that, they're going to be the most
this is
successful
a pretty
artist.
serious discussion we're having
Because
here, guys.
it's striking a nerve. Because it, like, obviously, if someone's like, no, I want to brew. I'm going to brew. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to brew. And they will get the passion. They have the passion to do that. And the hustle will follow because they're like, this is what I want to do. I don't want to stop. This is what I want to do. Whereas someone who's like, I'm not interested in art. I don't want to do anything with art at all. So they're not going to even work at it whatsoever. So they wouldn't ever create something of this magnitude. It's interesting. It's a very chicken and the egg conversation that we're having.
One last thing I will say is I didn't draw for shit before I started tattooing. So
Really?
yeah. But anyway, about this painting, pretty awesome, right?
I love it.
God.
I like the horse's butt.
This thing,
good.
This thing fucking glows in person.
It
It's
looks like
crazy.
it.
And I think it's because the color combo, because the shadows, if you look at it quick, look gray, but they're purple.
Well, all the
Against
stuff in like the
orange.
Phoenix here, or whatever that thing is, like it's mostly transparencies, like
Right.
of underlying layers that have just been glazed over, and it's like so fucking beautifully executed that like the light just fucking bounces right off from like the base canvas into your fucking face, and it looks like it's on fire when you look at this thing.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's pretty nice.
This is Thomas Blackshear, Preparing to Sound the Alarm, 2011. This one was pretty cool.
Definitely looks like a magic card I've played with.
I'm sure it might be.
Yeah. Something like angels, like a planeswalker or something like that.
Yeah, it's a really cool painting, though.
Very simple, but very detailed at the
Yeah.
same time.
It's really hard to pull off white like that.
Right.
That much white.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm noticing is like the bounce colors in the shadows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With like the subtle details in the what's going on in the wing.
It's
Looking at
awesome.
her fabric to the wing, how they look.
They're different.
Yeah.
The wing looks very cloudy, like puffy. Like I want to touch those feathers.
I really dig this like reflected light here too off the horn.
Oh, fuck, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I was looking at the opposite side of the folds too, how it seems like A, either the background color or B, again from the horn and stuff.
This is oil.
Yeah. I believe so. All right, well, let's move on. We got so many paintings to go through still.
Sweet.
This is William Adolph Bugereau. This was painted in 1890. He is a French neoclassic painter and academic painter from that time period. And I got to say, this was probably the most beautiful painting I've ever seen in person in my entire fucking life. Like, the photo does not do this thing justice. Everything has this like smoky, dreamlike quality to it, like around the edges. And that's pretty much how all of this guy's work is. This is a guy we should definitely just do a whole episode on, or just go through a bunch of his artwork because it's all amazing.
Just looks like it glows.
Yeah, this was like coincidentally right next to that Julie Bell painting.
Makes sense. Just the like subtle shades of pink in its toes too.
Yeah,
Fucking hair.
dude, like
How do you do that?
All of the foliage, man, it's so crazy to look at this painting. But yeah, all this guy's stuff is like very like feminine centric figure art kind of things. And they're all just like this. Very smoky quality to it.
I like it.
One thing I noticed is about this one in particular is how soft the edges are. Like you know, like in realism, sometimes it'll like if you make an edge that's too hard, it'll look like a cutout kind of.
I was about to say everything is like that in this except for the bows in that.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say the bows look like they're almost cut and pasted there.
Yeah, those are a little sharper, but like all the flesh tones, like it's crazy. It's crazy painting. Also a very good size. This one is 46 by 30.
Damn.
But this guy's technique was amazing because, you know, typically paintings this old, they'll like show some kind of cracking if you see them in a museum, you know. This one is like pristine still.
It's awesome.
Nothing like that going on. Although I do kind of like that, like cracked paint look.
Yeah, when
That's a
like
nice
the glaze
texture.
layer kind of.
Yes. Just like something that's a couple hundred years old has begun to crack.
Don't do crack.
Do more crack.
Zach, what do you think of this one?
Or Zach, what do you think of crack?
Bullshit. Next.
It's good. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I like it a lot.
Not something you'd hang in your house.
I mean, I would if I would because it's probably worth millions, or at
Feels like
least
a
half a million.
screenshot from a movie from the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe a John Cusack film.
No, I was thinking Legend, dumbass.
Yeah, it is kind of like that.
I feel like it would be it would be like a movie where John Cusack has to take care of a cherub.
Where's my $2?
3 men and a little cherub,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
John Cusack
High
and Steve
fidelity,
Gutenberg.
but
Ted Danson. Ted Danson's in that movie too.
Tom Selleck's mustache. Just the mustache. Yeah, just the
You
mustache.
know that in 3 Men and a Baby,
There's a ghost.
not that. Ted Danson is only in the movie for like 15 to 20 minutes.
And I'm
They
pretty,
just used him for the name for put his name on it.
yeah, and at no point is he actually in any scenes with any of the other characters.
he's not.
He's always off on like some other.
And in 3 Men and a Little Lady, he had to like fulfill the agreement to do the movie, so
It's
he
like,
was in
oh,
there.
fine,
for-
I'll do this stupid fucking sequel.
They got a sequel with him in it. He's also in it for like 20 minutes. It's Steve Gutenberg and the other guy.
isn't he supposed to be the dad in it too?
Yeah,
What a
He
shit
is the
dad.
actual dad.
it's
yeah.
the prequel to Big Daddy,
I was gonna say Full House. No.
Full House. All right. Damn! Look at that.
Dude, this thing was imposing.
I want to wear it.
It's about the size of you, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't like your dragon drawing?
Dude, I saw this thing from across the fucking gallery, and I was like, holy shit, dude. I got to go check that out.
Is that from a movie?
I'm not sure exactly, but this is a sculpture by Daniel Chudzinski. Evasive Species is the title. It's made of steel, silicone, epoxy, foam, resin, fur, hair, moss, driftwood, acrylic, and glass.
Where's the driftwood in him?
Probably holding
sure.
him up.
Probably.
His teeth.
But dude,
Or that.
this is so cool. Like, this is how big it is.
Holy shit.
It's fucking huge, man.
Damn.
You look scared.
It was pretty rad.
Did you pat it to see how soft it is?
No, but it looks like all those hairs were individually put in there. You know, some special effects
Black.
movie kind of stuff, you know?
Wow.
It's so fucking rad, though. I think it's supposed to be like a Sasquatch or something like that.
Well, yeah, it's elusive,
Evasive.
Squatchy?
evasive.
It was really fucking cool, though. That was one of the coolest pieces in the whole exhibit, I thought.
I have a useless question that has nothing to do with this. If any one cryptid could be real, what would you pick?
Oh, man.
What has the high...
The Loch Ness
Like
Monster.
that I want to be real?
Yeah, that you
or
would
that
want to
would
be
like...
real.
The Loch Ness
Has the
Monster,
highest
for sure.
possibility.
Nessie? No, just the one that you would be like, I'd really like for this to be real.
Probably Nessie, too.
That's one I heard about when I was a kid. I'm like, yes, dinosaurs are still alive.
Back to the walk like
They have
Nessie.
Champy too. Lake Champlain has
Yeah.
their version.
What about you?
What would I want to be real?
Yeah,
Leviathan.
The chupacabra.
It's a good one.
it's a good one.
Chupacabra.
Brandon?
Because it'd be more than just one of them.
No, because I know Chupacabra. It's my dog named Mort.
Mort.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone just glued hair to him and said he was a dog.
Yeah. Squatchy or Loch Ness? I can't decide between the two.
Sam Squinch.
I have to say
Sam
either
Squinch.
Squatchy do love Mothman.
I knew you were going to say
Oh,
Mothman.
Mothman's cool too. I
Mothman's
forgot
great.
about that one.
He hums loudly and has red eyes. They have a statue of him, and he has just a great ass in the statue. And I don't know why they made his ass that defined, and it's hilarious.
Things I never thought I'd hear my wife say.
Yeah, dude, look at the statue. For some reason, they spent all their emphasis
You
on that.
got to
dude's
get on
butt.
your squats, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, Jesus.
Look, that's a subtle hint.
That's always something.
Ladies and
Ripped
ass
like
man.
Mothman.
That's always something I've been really interested in. Is like when women are like, "Oh man, it's a good butt on a guy." I'm like, "Well, what are you going to do with that butt? Like, what specifically?" When women say that, I'm like, "What do you want to do with the butt?" Because like when guys look at the butt, we want to do things.
I'm not finding any Mothman ass photos.
Mothman statue, just like the
No,
Mothman
but we
statue.
do.
Yeah,
we look at it, we're like,
It's all from the front.
there's stuff you could
Oh,
do with
found
that
it.
butt. And not even just talking about like,
Like, why did they spend that much time and attention on his ass? I don't get it.
let's see it over here.
I don't.
It's a good butt.
But it's a statue of Mothman. Why not spend that much time on wings? I don't get it.
Please just take these broken wings.
Do you think he stood at the top of a bridge and sang that, and people terrified just drove into the water?
John Cusack holding up a fucking.
That's actually what he's humming.
Title
Yeah,
of this
that's what he's
episode:
humming.
John Cusack.
John Cusack. We'll use this thumbnail.
Who is John Cusack?
I don't know, but I hope he sponsors us.
Oh shit!
Here's a good one.
Cthulhu.
This is Bob
Cthulhu.
Eggleton.
So finally,
Crypt of
something you like?
Cthulhu.
I liked all these pieces. They're good.
Is Cthulhu the cryptid you want? Then?
No, I mean, I'm not going to be the person that's like overjoyed at a painting like this because I get to the point where I'm like, I want more of that. Like, I want more of this. Like, what is that guy
More
doing?
Lovecraft?
Look at all these people standing there.
You want it in
Well,
motion.
dude, have you read Call of Cthulhu? This
Yes.
is probably where they discover
Yes. And
Relay.
Dagon. And the Dunwich Horror. I know about it. I get it. I want more of this.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we have a movie based on this? Why can't we have an animated, like, psychedelic trip with this?
That'd be pretty cool.
So,
You know,
Did you ever see The Color Out of Space? Did you watch that?
No, I haven't catch
You
that.
definitely need to check
I
it out.
have. to check. Maybe I'll check it out tonight.
Nicolas Cage loves his alpacas.
Oh, dude. Like, it's from the same producers of Mandy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, dude, you got to watch that.
I will.
You'll love that shit.
But like this, it's amazing. Crypt of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Like those people should be going mad right now, according to the scripts, the sacred text.
Yes, because they see this thing and it drives them insane.
Fun useless fact, there is a whole slew of sounds that they can't identify from the ocean. And one of them originates where Cthulhu is supposed to be
Yeah.
located.
Yeah.
That super low. Fucking
Yeah,
like,
just like,
Well, dude, you saw Underwater,
Yeah.
right?
Very surprising movie. Very good.
I'm pretty sure that the creator of that movie confirmed that was, in fact, Cthulhu.
yeah.
Spoiler.
Good surprise movie.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
was that the Twilight girl?
Yeah.
In
Yep.
like a Leviathan style, like, oh, we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
ship it
yeah.
in the water.
she does a whole
Did you ever
Sigourney Weaver thing. She
Did
has
you
a
ever
vibe.
see that movie, Leviathan?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another good one. Fucking Peter Weller,
Anything-
RoboCop.
Anything with like creatures and people trying to survive creatures, I've already seen. I love that type of shit.
Yeah, it's dope.
Leviathan is that, and Abyss, same thing.
Sphere.
Sphere, not that great.
Yeah, not
Not-
as great. There's no monster. You know,
Just a fucking ball.
yeah.
I just watched a monster movie and I can't remember the name of it. It's about this tiny town and the sheriff is like at his wit's end and this thing just starts eating animals.
The Wolf of Snow Hollow, is it that one?
No, it's not that one. It ends up being about, I think, the Wendigo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like they drive him south because there are people logging and
Yeah.
it kills one of the logging people and then it just, he thinks it's just one, but it's a whole group of
Whole group of Wendigos.
While we're on the subject of horror movies, you should definitely check out Blood Red Sky on Netflix.
Someone else was saying that today too.
Pretty dope.
Blood Red Sky.
Onward.
Ooh.
This is Peter I don't even know how to say his last name. Maselja.
Is this Lord of the Rings?
It's
Yeah,
supposed to be
this is
Merlin.
Gandalf.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, look at the
2001.
musculature in that fucking dude.
What year?
I think this takes a lot from the Red Dragon, Blake's Red Dragon.
What year is
I can
this?
see that.
This is 2001.
Gandalf the Gray here,
Yeah.
not the White. I just rewatched all those movies. That's why it was just like in my head. I was like, oh yeah.
Well, there's some more Lord of the Rings stuff coming up, so.
Before his dramatic outfit change.
Not the most practical position to be fighting a demon. You
Well,
know? Both
he's-
your hands up.
Yeah, but he's coming
He wants
down.
to be
he's coming
dramatic.
down.
Maybe he's rocking a spell. He's
Maybe.
about to hit him with a lightning.
He's a
level 3.
battle.
Oh, that'd be dope.
He's a battle mage. That's what Gandalf. He's a battle mage.
Yeah, about to use
That's
about
my only
3 to
critique
4
of those
MP.
movies is like I was hoping for some more powerful magic at some point, you know?
South Park style.
What are you talking about?
You know, some like lightning spells or some shit, you know? Some straight D&D stuff.
Right. When he goes, you shall not pass.
missile. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You want him to shout that too in the movie? Yeah. Really, really. Gandalf's like, stay back, Frodo.
10 hit points.
About to have a summoning spell for the spell rock.
Yeah.
You ever play that those RPGs
What's that?
on the Switch or the any of the consoles? The two
South
South
Park?
Park ones. The
Oh, yeah.
Lord of the Rings
Dude,
one is great.
So good.
When you had to
Stick of Truth.
The
that
Stick of
one?
Truth. Yeah, that one
when
was
you
great.
had to
It was like you're in the fucking show. It
Yeah.
was great.
The healing spell that's like, you're okay, buddy.
when you had to fight in your parents' bedroom and your parents are having sex and you have to like dodge your dad's
dodge
balls.
the balls. Oh my god.
On the swing,
yeah.
on the thrust.
Oh my god.
So I was uncomfortable playing that. I was like, oh my god, this is absurd.
Dude, that is pure South
Should we
Park.
get worse and
So
talk
good.
about how you end up in an abortion clinic?
Yeah, well, not as bad for me. Not as bad. I was like, oh, just abortion clinic. You're fighting dead baby fetuses. Not that bad,
But
but
your parents having sex.
horrible situation.
Have you watched
Beware
F
of
is for
those
Family.
What?
Have you watched F is for Family?
Yes.
When the kid tries to stay home from school. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
full on just see.
Yeah. He's just under the bed.
Oh, the neighbors? Is that what like?
No,
like,
he stays home and he hides under his parents' bed, and they come home and start fucking, and he's just under the parents' bed.
He sticks
the
his head
Justin
out.
Long character.
Oh yeah, he sticks his head out for a
No,
second.
it
And you
wasn't
just see
Justin Long,
balls.
it's the little one. Yeah.
Yeah, he sticks his head out. And you just see balls.
Shout out to Bill Burr. That's
Yeah.
his show.
Great show.
I hope it comes back.
Oh, I think it is.
What do the rocks look like? Did he look like he used some like splatter textures to get those rocks?
Yeah, there was a lot of texture in this painting, from what I remember. That's why I put it up here because it was just so cool to look at.
Yeah, sweet.
I love Gandalf's hair.
I love
Just
his
flowing.
beard.
His beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a giant, majestic cloud.
About to drop some real shit right here.
Lightning bolt.
Laying down
Lightning
some
bolt.
wizard shit.
Lightning
here.
bolt. Lightning bolt.
Let's see what we got next here. This is Dave Palumbo. This is Julie Bell's son.
That's amazing.
Dave,
the fuck?
He's a fucking amazing illustrator.
He
It's
is.
phenomenal.
I've tattooed some of his stuff before, some of his Spawn stuff.
When did he work on Spawn? Did he do a couple like paintings
Some
for
like
covers and
comic
stuff?
things, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
This one's called The Fallen. This is a pretty big one, 40 by 30. Another one that was really cool to look at in person.
I was about to say, there's not even like 1 square inch that isn't super detailed.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time everywhere.
Yeah.
But his brushstrokes also look very loose.
Yeah, you
I
can
like
see
it.
the most
Yeah, like
concentrated.
the mud. He's just like
Everything around the figure
He's
is
just what?
pretty low key. That's what I like about it. It kind of draws you into this.
Yeah.
loose brushstrokes in the mud. You know what I mean?
You're just
And then
sitting there
it gets,
going- It's sweet. I like that sword.
oh, like
Yeah.
all the hands are going at a diagonal the same direction as like the sword, so it all kind of sort of looks like it's pointing up at the lady.
Yeah, it's a nice trick there.
Yeah. It's fucking rad. Is there any Alex Ross stuff there?
I didn't see any
Okay.
any Alex Ross pieces there.
I'm not sure if it.
There was like a lot of comic book stuff,
Uh-huh.
like some covers for Thor. things like that. The Frazetta one.
Stepjohn Shizjak, that fucking.
I'm not sure. I don't remember. Like everything's listed in this book here. Like
Cool.
Everything that's in the show. God, this one is fucking so crazy. This is Alessandra Pisano. Eternal Bond is the name of it. 24 by 37.
From half of the painting over, it looks like a real photo.
That's what it looks like in person too. It's fucking insane.
That's ridiculous.
This is my favorite one of the ones you've shown.
This girl won 2017 Spectrum Award for Best Rising Star because all of her paintings are like this, just super detailed, like warrior women with animals.
Jesus Christ! Like
really
that's
good.
Awesome.
literally from her waist up. Like if you cut the thing in half, it just looks realistic. It looks like
and this is a shitty photo of it.
I feel like the only thing that doesn't look like a photo is because her hair is so stiff. There's no wispies.
Yeah.
It's just like it's
Way to find the one thing.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying that's the only thing that makes it
Jeez,
look not like a
Christina.
photo.
well,
Buzzkill.
it's so good to look
Yeah.
at though. Like
There's
it's just so
much.
well executed, and the textures are perfect.
Yeah,
rendering's
there's
great,
so
the
much
lighting's
texture in that
amazing.
elephant.
The little tiny hairs on the
On
trunk.
the underside of the trunk, yeah.
Just a little shade of pink in his ear.
Yeah, that's the skin tone on his neck that blends
Yeah.
into like the gray.
Just the textures.
It's
Holy
fucking
balls.
crazy.
Did it say what client some of these were for? Or
I think it might have. I'm not sure exactly what this
Okay.
was for.
oh, and back to what you just said. For those who don't know, Spectrum is like a year review of sci-fi and fantasy
Yeah, it's
illustrations
like-
and stuff.
It's not just your cable provider.
Yeah. They'll do like a best of.
It's like the
3D and
contents of this
sculpture.
art show
Yeah.
every year that's released in a book.
Like a best of editorial stuff. So
Yeah.
it'll be like album art and then like comic book stuff. And
Everything
then
in this
fantasy
genre
covers.
every year that comes out is in this really thick ass book. That's the Spectrum book.
Super inspiring. Those are great. Oh yeah, they'll even do like game and movie stuff, like character design, illustrations.
Yeah,
and stuff
concept
like that.
art
Yeah,
for all
yeah.
that stuff. It's
Funny.
amazing.
Great shit in those.
Yeah, so to win like the Rising Star Award for that, it's like you're fucking good at what you do.
Yeah.
If you check out this girl's website, it's amazing. Like all her paintings are this quality. This is Herbert James Draper, a deep sea idol from 1902. This is early fantasy art.
I was gonna say this one's earlier.
Yeah. It's also a very large painting, 30 by 53.
I love just the remnants of a shipwreck in the background. You just see like splintered wood.
Yeah. Some in the foreground too here, all this treasure and such. This one's got a really cool, like, smoky quality to it, though.
Yeah.
Pretty much all these paintings look better in person.
So I guess we have to go.
Yeah, you should definitely go.
Road trip.
I would like to go back again before the show's over, for sure.
Okay.
When's it through? End of October?
October 31st. So I think that's the last day.
I'm sure we can make that happen. Reggie just quietly drinks a beer. Not committing to anything.
Hey, it's another Gandalf.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is another Donato piece. This is Bag End, Shadows of the Past from 2013. He has a whole book that he put out that's just all Middle Earth paintings.
Really?
You can always tell Donato from
it's
like
fucking awesome.
the super crisp orange rim light. I can always tell it's a Donato because of that.
Yeah. His paintings are very satisfying to look at in person, too.
Yeah, it makes you think.
Is this the first time you've seen his work in person too?
Yeah.
I love how the leaves are just backlit in the window. So pretty.
Good scale, too, with Gandalf.
Yeah.
How big is
Bilbo.
this one?
I'm not sure exactly. Like, it was a good size. It's not overly large, though. Probably like 18 by 24-ish.
Nice.
Somewhere in that range. But yeah, he has a whole book that's just Middle Earth paintings. It's fucking insane how many Middle Earth paintings he's done. They're all fucking amazing.
Were those for the movies and stuff? Because you said these are around like 2000, 2001. Because that was
This one's 2013, so this is later.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like concepts, yeah.
Yeah, but this is like part of that book that he put out. I'll have to bring that in for you guys because I do have that book. It's fucking great.
Cool.
And it's kind of hard to see like the corners of this one just because of where the cameras are right now. But this is Michael Whelan, The Way of Kings, 2010. This is an acrylic painting.
This is awesome.
I'm pretty sure there's some airbrush in there too, like because this was like one of the coolest things to look at when I was there, like just getting right up on this and checking out the detail of how he did all this because the rendering is just so fucking amazing. We've talked about Michael Whelan before. He did the Sepultura album covers.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Right on.
okay.
Yeah.
And
The crab monster, right, for Arise?
Yeah, the obituary one too with like the big red eye.
Yeah.
That's also the cover of those H.P. Lovecraft books.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a fucking great illustrator.
Fuck. This is awesome.
I love how that fucking like line in the middle of the storm like
Goes
just
right to
connects
his
to the
sword.
sword.
Yeah.
It's so metal. There's some like dude back there he's about to fight or whatever.
And then,
Oh, yeah.
the cloud line crosses over his hand.
Yeah,
so there's, like,
I'll hide
multiple
this for a
things.
second so you can see the whole thing.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's like whatever
Do
the
you think
hell.
they're gonna fight, or they're just like
Some HP potions behind him.
just yelling back and forth? Like,
I
you got
think-
any hot pockets over there?
I think they're. I don't think they're fighting. This is why I fucking hate this because I'm like, I want to know more about the story.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is for a book cover from The Way of Kings, so you could just read the books
Oh,
if
yeah.
you really want to know what's going on.
Then I would
Or
be
is a
supportive of this.
book publisher, right?
Yeah.
You know, it would be really hilarious though. He reads the whole book, and it's about like 3 ladies. There's not even any dudes in it.
Yeah.
Because they're too busy doing this.
Signaling the way.
You're like, well, what about the painting?
Man, this was just really cool in person. This is 24 by 40. Like all of these colors down in here, like if you get right up on this, it looks like there's some airbrush down in this area. That's why it's so smooth. I'm pretty sure he did a lot of airbrush work for all of this and then just went back in with a brush to do all the fine details. But it's like
This is great.
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Fucking
rendering.
badass.
Badass.
Badass. That neutralized blue does a good job of like framing all the other elements and bringing out like some of those boulder shapes, you know?
Yeah.
I love just a little sliver of moon that's on the right versus the sun.
One thing about this guy is
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
all the environments in his paintings are just so crazy and so like gigantic feeling. Like a wide open space.
Pretty sure I saw
Giant
this outside
structures.
my office window earlier today.
That's what was happening. This dude
Typical
was
day in
standing at the
Endicott.
end of the street.
Yeah, dude standing in the middle of the street. There was lightning. He looked a little methed out.
Again, I
but-
feel like everything is pointing at the guy. Like the cloud shapes, as you mentioned, where the cloud breaks, all the boulder shapes seem to all be pointing at him.
Yeah, the composition's fucking awesome.
It's cool because, you know, you want to look around and see what's going on, but everything keeps pointing you back right to him. The swirl of the clouds on the opposite side. It's fucking sweet.
The nice difference between cool and warm shadows too.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff here. Highlights.
Yeah, those neutral blues are super fucking cool. I don't even know if you can call them blues. Are they blues?
But yeah,
That was it.
that was the pieces that I liked at the show. That really
That was
stuck out.
fucking rad.
I think all those pieces were great.
Yeah, it's
Not one of them were bad.
it's a great show, and it's like I said, it's going on until the end of October. If you can get there, you should definitely go check it out. If not, this book is also great.
How many pieces were in the show? What'd you say?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of them.
1,000.
Yeah, not 1,000, but a lot.
So anywhere between 22 and 1,000.
Sure.
Question, Zach. Are you passionate about any of those pieces of artwork as much as you're passionate about Helvetica? As
No.
a font? No?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Because at least Helvetica, Helvetica is like it's a tool, and it's a utility. You can use it like that. They just aggravate me because I'm like, I want to know more.
They're
can't.
covers for things. So you can know more.
Yeah, but no. They're covers for things.
Read the book.
Yeah, but they're covers for things that other people are writing, not what this guy is deciding. I'm going to draw this fantasy piece. So Josh,
Except Dinopopia.
Except
But
for
what if-
James Gurney.
Yeah.
He
Or-
wrote and illustrated all that stuff.
But what if
Yeah.
it was just like a black background, white letters, just one word? and
fucking
just
hot,
and
like just Helvetica
Yeah.
written.
Like The Office.
Hot.
Wouldn't-
Oh my God.
Right, but wouldn't you
Get me
stare
going about that.
But
That
wouldn't you
font.
stare at that and be like, "What does this mean? What's next?"
No, because I would
What do
look
with
at that
these?
and go, wow, that's beautiful. That's very beautiful. Like, I want to know, Druff, right now, why was that woman naked in that painting?
Which one?
The one you did. The naked woman with the snake. Why was she
I
naked?
will not let it go, and I will not be able to sleep tonight. And
That's up to your imagination.
No, I don't want it to be up to my imagination. I want you to tell me. It's like going to a restaurant. It's like me going to a restaurant and there's like 20 or 40 different menu items. No. I want one menu item and you telling me that it's good and I'm going to eat it. So what is she doing in that painting? In your mind.
She's about to fight for her life against a giant white snake.
Why is she there?
Well, the painting's titled "Unwilling Sacrifice Act."
So she's being sacrificed
Or
against her
Zach,
will.
Is it deeper because she's naked and there's a giant snake?
A phallic
Giant
symbol.
white snake.
White snake.
Maybe I just wanted to paint a girl with a big ass and a giant snake.
That's what I said.
Bullshit.
I got swords, I got titties, and I got blood.
Those are
Is
my
she
elements
magical?
for Zeta, man.
Is she magical?
A lot of artists. That's
They
what
don't
it
have
is.
meaning. They're just
I-
like, this will be fun.
And then
that
some asshole comes along and says, "Hey, what's the meaning behind this?" And then they have to come up with some bullshit answer, or else the gallery gets mad.
Yeah, you have to sell your fucking bullshit.
Is she magical? Does she have powers?
No.
She probably wouldn't have been captured and thrown into a cave if she had powers.
And if she had an ass like that, why is the guy throwing her for a sacrifice?
How do you know?
Because the Serpent
Imagination.
Clan,
You know what you are?
The
You're
Serpent
part of the
Clan-
patriarchy.
The Serpent Clan are tit guys, not ass guys. That's why she got.
She
thrown
looked like
into
she
that.
had a nice rack on her too.
I don't.
It was one
how
of
do you-
the
How do you know some dude is sacrificing her?
because he just said sacrifice. He just said it.
But what if it's another lady sacrificing her?
Yeah. What if it's
It's the witch clan. It's the clan of the Serpentine witches.
This
Yes.
is what
Now
I
we
love
got a
about
backstory.
fantasy
Yes,
art.
it's
though.
the clan of the Serpentine Witches.
Yeah. What if it's a toad
Comic book
woman?
idea. Let's go. Yeah.
What if it's a toad woman that doesn't like how nice of a booty she has?
She's a surfboard.
She's not a
bird.
toad.
Is she a bird?
She's a bird.
She's not a toad woman. She's a school of the toad fighting style.
Yes. They hop along everywhere.
That's what I like about fantasy art, though, is like you need imagination
Right.
to fill in the blanks. For
I get that. I have my own imagination, but I don't want to ruin what the creator has done.
There
Like,
was.
you know, when Harry Potter first came out, the movies first came out, not the books, people were leaving the theaters upset because they were like, that's not how I imagine Harry Potter would look like.
I'm sure it was the same for Lord of the Rings.
I'm sure it was.
Dude,
But I'm-
that kid looks exactly like how he was drawn on the covers.
Every
I don't know
single
what you know what I
mean?
every single character looks identical.
yeah, but he aged way too fast.
You mean he grew up?
Yeah.
On
Maybe
a
you should have
side
planned
note-
filming a little better.
Yeah. On a side
Maybe.
note, I love how weird that child grew up to be as a human being.
Dude,
That's my
he-
favorite.
Daniel Radcliffe.
He ended up
Yeah.
having to do some serious, tough movies.
Dude, what was that movie
because-
where he was a dead body the
Yeah.
whole time?
Oh, Swiss,
Swiss
Army
Army?
Man.
Yeah.
Swiss Army Man, yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
And then he was in Sin City.
yeah. Oh, no, that was Elijah.
that was Elijah Wood.
Elijah
Yeah,
Wood.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was in a nude play on Broadway like 3 weeks after the last Harry Potter movie
Aqueous?
came.
Did
yeah,
Elijah
Aqueous.
Wood even have any spoken lines? in
No.
Sin City?
No.
Dude,
Just
did you watch
amazing.
Guns Akimbo? Did you see
Yes,
that?
that's what I was going to
That
bring
was
up.
a
That one.
fun movie.
I was like, this dude has to do everything possible so he doesn't get typecast at this goody two shoes like protagonist
that's
to
a-
save him all.
that's
He's
a-
doing a good fucking job.
Yeah.
That's the funny part, though, is my favorite story about him when he first started filming Harry Potter. Like, they all had their own trailers. None of the kids were allowed to go to his trailer because all he did was listen to gangster rap all day. And, like, they said that he was, just a horrible influence on the other kids on set.
Yeah.
I like him even
Anytime
more
they
now.
interview him, they're
It's
like,
a hard
"What do you do for fun?"
life,
He's like,
Bobby.
"Well, I really like rap music, And I also love watching movies. They're like, oh, like classics. He's like, no, like Sharknado is my favorite. movie."
Sharknado.
He
Yeah.
just likes really shitty, made-for-TV horror
Yeah.
movies.
Nice.
Daniel Radcliffe is cool in my book. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, this guy is like doing anything, so he does not get typecast. So yeah, what's that? You want me to do the movie Nick Cage turned down? Yeah,
Give it to
give
me.
it to me. I'll do that.
Yeah, and one of his interviews on Late Night Show, he gets up and raps the whole I just blanked on the song, the alphabet song.
Yeah.
Rapper's Delight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gets up and does the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember that time I brought you over and we got doinked and I tried to make you watch Conan, except we got distracted. And every time we went back to Conan, it was during tit scenes. And you're like, what the fuck is this movie?
I'm like, dude,
I was like, yo, dude, this movie's gonna be awesome.
like, did you
wait? What's
fucking-
on YouTube right now? And then we click back, and he like throws a naked bitch in the fire. And
I'm
it's
like,
like,
did
what the
you
fuck?
did you call me over to watch softcore porn in your basement?
No, hold on, we'll go back. And then
That
it's
first
like,
one is
naked
pretty
girl
rough.
and the snakes, and I was like, what the fuck?
Did you guys also mix like? Did you chop it up and do like heavy metal that night too?
No.
No, we probably just kept
It
getting
was
distracted by
Russian.
like weird YouTube shit.
It was
Like Russian grenade fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Russian grenade fishing night. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had fucking Conan going on HDMI 1. Let's see where that is. And it's like titty dragons and other
No,
shit.
that actually wasn't. The night that you guys did
It was
Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Top movie for me.
Oh
Watched
yeah,
that
that's
again
probably why we
recently.
got doinked to watch this. So we can
Brandon,
review it
tell
with
me
you.
what's the plot of it?
Lasers. Lasers.
go with Jade High.
Green. I would have accepted. It's about a movie about how Chinese girls do not come in green eyes.
It's true.
They don't come in green eyes.
You're really emphasizing the cum part.
What are you talking about? In the movie, they state Chinese girl.
Hashtag stop Asian hate. All right.
Stop Asian hate.
I think we should go now.
And
All
that's
right,
the
we're
show.
out. That's
All
the
right.
show.
And that's
One last thing I will say is this book has a foreword that's written by Sarah Frazetta.
Two things.
Frank Frazetta's granddaughter. That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
So go buy this book. It's on Amazon.
And second to last thing, don't forget.
Thursday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we're also sponsored by this guy over here.
He gives us beer to talk shit.
Yeah, Thursday, August 13th. Come on down. It's going to be a nightclub and a rave. Also, I'm working on an EP, and we'll talk about that later.
Nice.
And there's a bunch of gift certificate giveaways.
A liquid EP.
I don't want to know what that is.
It's an extended packet.
Cool.
PCP. It's PCP.
All right, guys, we're out of here.
Science.
Peace.
All right.
It's PCP.
Yeah, so what night was it when we tried to watch Conan? I just keep remember like flipping back and it's like, get in the fire, bitch! And you're like, what the fuck is this movie?
That was just one night where we ate way too many edibles.
Oh yeah, and I was probably like,